Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome an old friend, Margarita Monet, vocalist for the Edge of Paradise band, to the program tonight. How you doing, Margarita?
Hey Lance, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking my call. This is a sort of a strange time for us all in the world with this COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's on lockdown. Everybody's on hold. Tours are canceled. You guys are coping as best you can, right?
Yes, it's definitely a surreal time. I mean, we kind of got lucky because we just finished our European tour, and then we had this little bit of a break, and then our next tour is end of September or starting mid-September. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed that things will start going back to normal, in the summer, and our tour won't be affected.
That's what I was wondering, because I had noticed, you got the European tour in, and you're set to go out, like you said, doing mostly North America, along with Hammerfall and Beast in Black, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be a killer triple bill right there.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited about that one.
Yeah. How was the European tour?
It was amazing, and it's like one of those things that the memories are just pretty epic, and the bands we were touring with, Sonata Arctica and Temple Balls, they're great guys, so
yeah.
It was a really cool environment, and European fans are, music is such a huge culture, so the crowds were awesome, and we got to see so many cool places and eat a lot of great food and make a lot of new friends. So, nothing but good things.
That is nice. And you guys got in and out of there long before a lot of this coronavirus came up, right?
Yeah, we pretty much came back right before Christmas.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's talk about the album that came out most recently back in November, called Universe. You guys signed with Frontiers to get this one put out. That must have been really exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely boosted the band to another level, and it exposed us to a lot of new people and new opportunities. And we actually yesterday just hit 1 million streams on Spotify, which was pretty exciting for us. And we're so far. I mean, our partnership has been really good, and they're just a great group of people, and they're really passionate about music, and we got to meet some of them in Italy at the show because they're based in Italy.
Right. And
so we're just looking forward to the future and hopefully get this new album out, maybe even before 2021 or 2021. We'll see.
Let's go back a little bit, because I got a couple questions I don't think I've ever asked you in any of our chats that we had before. Let's pretend, like I like to do sometimes, I'm a new fan. I've gone to the record store. I'm looking for some new music. I'm flipping through the E's, and I come across this album by this group called Edge of Paradise. First thing that jumps out at me is the name. Where did you guys get the name Edge of Paradise from?
It was kind of inspired by life here in Los Angeles. It's kind of like, everybody perceives it as paradise, but everybody kind of lives on the edge. So it's the edge of paradise. You're almost there, but if one wrong move and you're off the edge. So it's kind of like an inspiration for the name.
Cool. Then I see the name of the album called Universe, and this sort of intrigues me. What's that all about?
Well, a couple of things. Part of it is I've always been fascinated with space and, kind of believing in things that are more than, our life here on Earth. And also, on the music side of things, the album really takes you through the whole universe of the sound of Edge of Paradise, because there's so many different elements to the music on this album. So it's kind of like a ride through our universe. And lyrically, I explore all kinds of different things. So it's a broad space travel.
So you must be a big fan of that show Ancient Aliens then.
Yeah, I used to watch it a lot.
All
Yeah.
right. Then I see the cover art, which is fantastic. What's the story behind that?
Cover art was created by Timo Wars. He's out of Germany. And it's kind of like, the female figure is out in the universe, kind of with, her arms spread. Kind of like, it's like a welcoming of, your adventure through our universe.
Okay.
But, you can interpret it all kinds of ways. But
Sure.
usually I just send the music to Timo, and whatever his inspiration is, he creates the artwork.
Awesome. The other thing I've noticed, your voice, I kind of picked up on it on a couple of songs. I picked up on it before, but I really did with this album. You've always had that light airiness to your voice, but yet you can go full on power mode as well. But I've detected almost a little bit of a snarl in a few things as well. Is this something you're developing along the way as well?
Snarl?
And I mean that with all due respect. And
No, I know.
Maybe an aggressive tone. Let me say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever we write always drives by the music. So the way I sing, I guess I draw the energy from the music. And this album, it's a bit more heavier, and some of the songs are a bit more aggressive than, in our previous music. So it definitely, pushes me to maybe explore different aspects of my voice. And it's always fun for me. I never really think what I'm going to do. It's just kind of feel the music, and whatever I hear, I try to do it with my voice.
Yeah,
So.
very cool. Well, let's jump into a couple of the tunes. I could ask you questions about them all, but, I try to limit it to a few. Electrify. When you say that word, you've almost got sort of this Arabic tone to it. It almost looks like you're gonna, like the snake charmers use, that music there. I had instant images of Johnny Quest. Very cool. What can you tell us a little bit about Electrify and how you came to do that sort of thing in there with that word?
Yeah, I mean, the music, the reason you're thinking that is because it's in a Phrygian minor, so it has those kind of minor chords, and the melody, it's a melodic song, but I see what you mean. And the message of the song is to always choose life, and, if you kind of feel like, it's basically that feeling of almost giving up and something like shock you back to life. So that's kind of like the meaning behind the song, and I dedicated it to a friend of mine I grew up with, and he committed suicide. So it's like one of those songs where you kind of want people to appreciate life, and because one of the parts in the song is the rush of life. So always to remember, there's always hope, and there's always good things in life. Is a beautiful thing, so try to hold on to it.
Definitely. Title track, Universe. This is my note here says techno meets metal. There's a heaviness to this song, but there's some techno elements going on underneath it. I could almost see you out on the dance floor to this thing,
Yeah.
How did you fuse all that together?
We kind of wanted to give that electro rock feel to it a little bit, something to get the people, moving.
Yeah.
And, that song is more about the sonic experience. There's a lot of textures to the song, and there's that heaviness, but the groove is what really kind of, gets you going, gets you moving. So that was a bit intentional, and I love the, playing around with different rhythms and grooves, and the contrast of the guitar, and just different elements of genres, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant the way it was put together. World. I'll tell you, with all that's going on, I mean, I'm assuming that, you know, obviously this album came out in November. These songs were probably written. How far back does World go? Particularly like lyric wise, did you have those for a while? Did you write them just recently, like as the album was coming together? Or
I had that song for a while, actually. It was just on the piano, and it almost didn't make it on the album because I had it for myself, and, you know, Dave and I were pretty much write most of the songs together, and, you know, he's always, you know, it's a heavy metal band, so a lot of the songs are about guitar. So sometimes they were kind of clashing because there's not a lot of guitar in it, and it's more of like a cinematic song. But the song is pretty much all about the lyrics and about the singing. So I wrote it almost a year ago, and I mean, yeah, obviously I didn't know this was going to happen, but I think we've already had so many different world events that. That song makes a lot of sense.
It's more prophetic than ever right now, you know, and even the video that you guys did, you know, with the clock and the images and you with the blood on your hands and everything. It's just, you know, kind of gives you chills when you think about it all, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. I hope our world gets a reboot into something positive soon.
Face of Fear, I love that song, and more particularly, I love the video. Now, that's where you guys went to Iceland. And I'm trying to think, you know, you're a metal band from LA. We want to shoot a video. Where should we go? Let's go to Iceland. How did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, that happens with us a lot, actually. I mean, that's actually the first song we wrote for the album, and we always wanted to do something, you know, shoot a video in some really crazy place. And we were lucky because when we presented the idea to a foundation called Souls of Rock, they actually sponsored the trip. So they covered the expenses, which enabled us to go there. And, you know, we wanted to convey this sort of an epic feel of the song, and what better place than Iceland to capture that, you know, beauty of our planet and just, you know, get those epic shots that, you know, can support the sound of the song. Yeah,
that's an amazing video, an amazing song. That was great stuff.
Thank you.
Then I gave you my last song test. I always, you know, listen to the last song on the album intently as the first. I want to see if they're still trying as hard. And you guys really tripped me up.
I know.
Burn the Sun. My note here says, Holy Judas Priest, you know, on that opening lick, that opening riff. That was just, that's an amazing track. Now, I got to ask, though, you, as a vocalist, were you saying, what the heck are you guys doing to me here? Are you putting an instrumental on? Or is that something they can play during the live set to give you a break?
Well, I mean, I do play keyboards on it.
Okay.
And so the song, I mean, in the band, we always focus on writing songs, right? It's more about the vocals always and the melodies. But Dave is such an awesome guitar player that I'd want him to get a chance to shine through a little bit as well. So that's why we thought it might be really cool to just dedicate a song where it's more about the guitar. Yeah. And I mean, so far we've been, on tours, we've been an opening band, so we don't get that much time.
Right.
So I don't, 45 minutes I can survive. But once we have to do longer sets, it would be really fun to do the song live, especially with a keyboard.
Yeah.
So it's something for the future. But, I'm always for instrumentals. I think it's a cool thing to include.
Yeah, I mean, Rush had YYZ and Scorpions had Coast to Coast, and you guys can have Burn the Sky, Speaking of Dave, I read a band he was in before Edge of Paradise. There was one called Bleed that he had with Robin McCauley. Has he ever chatted much about it? I had a chance to interview Robin a month or so ago, and I found him to be one of the coolest guys I think I've ever talked to.
Yeah, Robin is really fun, and he's an awesome person. He's an amazing singer. Actually, his new band,
Black Swan.
Black Swan, is on the same label, so we ended up on the same label.
Yeah, very
kind of
cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But he's a really cool guy, and Dave had a band with him for a while, and they had Tony Franklin and Greg Bissonette
Right.
in the rhythm section, and actually, our first CD, Mask, those songs were written by Dave and Robin.
Right.
Uh,
Cool.
So,
Very cool.
yeah.
The other thing I got to ask, and looking at Dave in some of the videos, that guy's got a serious set of arms on him. Is he planning on maybe taking Roman Reigns' place in the WrestleMania main event and go up against Goldberg?
Yeah, probably.
He's got the look. I think he could do it, you know?
That's funny. He's hurting right now because all the gyms are closed. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, these are things that sort of take you out of your element. I mean, obviously, a band or someone like you is always going to play, they're always going to sing, they're always going to write. But little things like that, like Dave not being able to go to the gym, how is a way that it's affecting you?
Well, I mean, he has his, home weights. And, you have to adjust because what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
We always have to kind of find ways around, the normal routines. But, right now we're trying to keep creating content. Like last Sunday, we put out an acoustic version of Alone.
Right.
We did a live performance. So, those are the kinds of things we want to do. On this Sunday, we're going to a studio. And, it's going to be 3 people, so we're going to be distancing.
Right.
And, but, we have to keep moving forward. Otherwise, it's hard to be a new band because you got to keep creating, keep putting content out, keep kind of moving the ship forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when things kind of start going back to normal, it's going to be a really busy time. So.
Exactly. Well, now a lot of people have time on their hands. They can check you out on Spotify. They can check out the videos on YouTube. And they also go to, edgeofparadisestore.com. You guys have a ton of merch there?
Yeah, we got T-shirts. We have our cipher language that was created by an artist, Dresden 7. So a lot of the merchandise, you will see kind of weird symbols on it that actually spells words and spells messages and lyrics of the songs written in our own language.
Very cool. Very cool. And then hopefully things get back to normal. You get this North American tour, and you know what?
We'll come and play for you.
Exactly. You're going to hit Montreal, and I'm going to try and get up there that night for that show. The last time you were in my neck of the woods, I couldn't make it, but one way or another, I'm going to try and make this one. So.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Margarita, I always like to wind things up with some fun questions. I'm hoping these are questions you've never even been asked before. Sound good?
Oh, can't wait.
Let's see. If you could have an Edge of Paradise song appear on a television show, what show would you pick?
Oh, Manifest. I don't know if you know of it, but it's a really cool show on NBC about a plane vanishing for 5 years and then returning. Really interesting.
What's the name of it again?
Manifest.
I'll have to check it out. Okay. Let's see. Is there something you've always wanted to learn how to do, but have never had the time to, or just never taken the time to? Somebody said, I wish I knew how to do that.
Besides flying a rocket?
Okay.
I lots of things. I want to, well, for one, I want to learn how to, let's see, I like archery. That always looked fun.
Okay, sounds good. If you could go back in time and have your mom cook one of your meals from your youth, what would you have her cook?
Pancakes.
Pancakes?
She makes amazing pancakes with all kinds of stuff in it.
Oh, nice. Given your choice of household chores, dishes or laundry?
Laundry.
Laundry? All right. Favorite class in school? I'm going to guess chorus.
Chorus? I don't even have chorus.
No? All right. Favorite class in school?
Science.
Science? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Would you? All right. Here's one then. This is sort of a science question. Would you rather have the power to be invisible or to read minds?
Read mine.
Read minds. Okay. Would you rather be alone on a desert island or with someone who never stopped talking?
Oh God, that's a hard one. I mean, I guess alone, but then I don't know.
Okay.
Well, nobody wants to die alone, so I guess I'll have to, go with someone who won't stop talking.
All right. And this is the one, and I asked this long before all the biopics came out. If they were to make a movie of your life, what actress would you have play you in the movie? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
Mm. Huh. Well, can I pick the Game of Thrones show?
Yeah.
I guess that blonde girl, Daenerys. I just like her dragons, so
Okay.
I pick her.
All right. There we go. It's kind of fun to ask a girl that because most of the guys say Johnny Depp for some reason.
Oh, really?
I've had more guys say Johnny Depp because of the depth of his character and everything. So it's kind of fun to ask a girl that for
Johnny
a change.
Depp is awesome.
Yeah. All right, last question, just to get us back to music. Say there's a young person, a young lady or a young man who comes up to you and says, Margarita, when I grow up, I really would like to front a band. What advice would you give them to, what makes a great front person for a band?
Someone be ready to really follow your inner creativity and don't follow trends. So try to create something that you are extremely proud of, that you will look back 20 years later and be like, wow, I made that. And just be ready to work really hard because it's not easy.
It is not. It is definitely is not. And it's getting harder, with everything. Well, Margarita, I thank you very much once again for taking the time. This is I think this is the third or fourth time we've chatted. Once again, we've been chatting with Margarita Monet, front person and vocalist for Edge of Paradise is what I'm trying to say here. Check out their new album Universe out on Frontiers Now. Go to the website edgeofparadise.band and edgeofparadiceband.com and check everything out. Best of luck going forward, Margarita. Give my best to Dave and all the rest of the guys.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and thanks everyone for listening. Wish you guys are staying safe and hope to see you guys soon.
All right. Take care.
You too.